Well, let's take a look at what's making news tomorrow. Caleb, why don't we start with the Australian newspaper?
Indeed, we will, where Marsha Langton, who of course we disagreed with a lot during the Voice to Parliament campaign, is eminently sensible in tomorrow's Oz, saying moral outrage simply untrue. Langton slams black sovereignty's Palestine stance. Distinguished Indigenous leader Marsha Langton has condemned the Black Sovereignty Movement's proposition that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians feel solidarity with Palestinians is simply untrue, saying there is very little that is comparable in the two people's situations. And she goes on to say in her comments later in the article that the comparisons between the two are utterly ridiculous. The only thing that Indigenous people and Palestinian people share is humanity, which is pretty obvious. And she goes on to say that these black sovereignty people condemned to refuse Hamas. She says she is aghast and embarrassed at the fact that they won't condemn Hamas and that they make up a very small minority of Indigenous people. Thank God someone has come out and said it. I can't believe it's Marsha Langton, but thank God someone has come out and said it, because the comparison is frankly ridiculous.
Yeah, and as you said in your introduction, eminently sensible comments. Yep. Thank God for Marsha Langton on the front page of The Australian tomorrow. Well said.
It had to be said, and she has said it. Good on her. Another story on the front of the Oz tomorrow. Energy fear for long, hot summer. We all knew this was coming, didn't we? Australia's energy system faces a once-in-a-decade spike in electricity demand this summer, as well as an increased bushfire risk and extreme heat, as the country's market operator warned the system cannot afford any unexpected outages or supply shocks. Oh yes.
I wonder what's going to happen.
The wind farms are going, the solar farms are going, and we might just run out of power when we need it most. Who would have thought?
That article actually proposes that they may pay high energy users not to use electricity during peak time.
I'm going to start cranking it so I can get some money.
Can you believe the kind of country we've become? It's unbelievable. I'll tell you one great person in our country. It's this refugee from Tanzania. The front page of The Advertiser features soccer player Nestori Irankunda, who came to Australia as a baby. He was born in a refugee camp in Tanzania, came to Australia with his parents. He's 17 years old, started playing soccer when he was 10. He was spotted in a local park by a soccer coach who thought, gee, that kid's got good skills. The coach started driving him to training every day. This kid's 17. He's just signed a $5.8 million contract with a major German team.
What a story.
He's an absolute star. Great story in The Advertiser tomorrow.
Just incredible. Love those stories. Someone make a movie about it. It's going to happen any minute.
We are the
To the front page of the Herald Sun now. Exclusive public housing stock is up just 394 since 2018, despite state government pledge in 2020 to build 12,000 properties. Is anyone shocked? Really? I mean, for crying out loud, they launched this $5.3 billion program in 2020. They've spent $3 billion, and they're 3 years into it, obviously, and have admitted only a net of 1,771 homes has been added. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, government in a nutshell. I mean, the fanfare in which they announce this. Billions and millions and thousands of homes are going to be added, and here we are, and it's a complete flop. And there's no sign of improving it either. Read on, they're not like, oh yeah, but we'll get there. No, they're not.
Well, this is the Victorian government. They're all announcement, no delivery. Commonwealth Games, that ring a bell for anybody?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not all that great
Don't mention the war.
But 1,771 homes for $3 billion. I want that contract. I reckon it sounds pretty bloody good.
What kind of public housing is this?
I know, gold-plated. I want the contract because there's big money to be made there. Forget the NDIS, just go and talk to Jacinda Allen. Now, the best headline you will see tomorrow lies on the front of the NT News. Passengers tell price-gouging airlines to go and get rooted. And yes, I agree with them. Territorians fed up with paying eye-watering prices for interstate flights are rallying against the major airlines ahead of Christmas. Some are choosing to drive across the country to visit family, while others sacrifice attending funerals amid the skyrocketing fares. Now, yes, you can go and get rooted. Yes, it's a great headline. How good is the NT News, by the way? But how sad that we are in a position where you can't even get a plane in and out of Darwin to go to a funeral without having to go to the bank for a loan. These airlines, you know, we allow them to operate here. There's got to be some quid pro quo.
My son played in a national basketball tournament in Darwin, and I'm minus a kidney, having paid for his airfare to be there.
Oh, you're looking a bit pale. I say routed, by the way.
No.
It's a route.
That's an Americanism.
No, it would have ruined your whatever you want to call it.
Why do you think it says
routed.
go and get rooted?
Exactly.
It's a route.
No, that's how...
Stop this American
conversation
stuff.
for another
Where's
time.
Kel
I
Richards?
say route because I'm classy.
Where's Kel Richards?
We don't need your double entendres here.
Well, I know how to pronounce Tasmanian mercury. Let's go there. Taswater holds back the tide, says the headline. Taswater has launched a multi-million-dollar high-tech crackdown on leaks and theft across its network after it was revealed that 30% of its drinking water was unaccounted for.
What?
That means fully a third of the drinking water in Tasmania. The Water Authority just don't know where it's gone. I love the way, but don't worry, they're going to have high-tech crackdown.
Oh yeah, we're just going to. They're going to get a water diviner.
In other words,
they're going to go and find.
They're going to fix pipes. I think that's what they mean.
Seriously.